Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen. Thank you so much for practicing with me. In tonight's class, we'll be practicing Yin Yoga for the full moon to calm our minds and settle our nervous system. And if you'd like to deepen into your Yin Yoga practices from the perspective of a seasonal practice, so practicing with the 4 seasons, practicing with the moon cycle, you can join me for a free 1-week trial in my home Yin Yoga membership. And you can find out more about that in the links below. And for tonight's class, let's come into a comfortable seated position and we'll take just a moment to ground and center into our bodies and our breath. Supporting your hips or your knees as needed. And taking a full and deep breath in through your nose. And exhaling fully with open mouth. And taking this time to transition from the external world around you towards sensing and feeling the inner environment, the inner space. Feeling your shoulders soften over your hips and your hips relax down into the earth. Your breath beginning to open up just like a wave through the center of your body. Inhaling through the abdomen and all the way up into your chest. And exhaling from your chest to the abdomen. Finding a steady and calm rhythm of breath. And feeling within your nervous system the beginning of a release, letting go of striving, of doing, performing, achieving. And coming back to simply being. And feeling into a sense of meaning that arises from stillness and from simply being. And can you soften the space between your eyebrows? Relax your throat. And feeling the center of your chest unguarded and open. Connected both to instinct and intuition. And feeling your physical body held and supported by the ground below. And we'll take a few more centering breaths here. And as you open your eyes, staying in this sense of slowness that you're cultivating through your breath and your attention. And we'll move towards our first Yin Yoga posture. So we'll change the crossing of our legs. We'll bring the left shin bone in front of the right. And you can adjust a little bit through your hips, walking the hips back a little bit and then rooting down through the hips. And we're hinging from the waist. And as we hinge forward, first we're finding length and space through the lower back. And then when we come to a stopping point, we're melting and relaxing forward. So the shoulders round, the spine rounds, and you can add some propping underneath your forehead. Inviting all the muscles to start to unwind. And the breath to open up. And for our last minute here, you might take away the prop from under your forehead, only if that feels right for your body. And see what it feels like to let the whole body and head drop into the pull of gravity. And taking your final breath here, sliding your fingertips back under your shoulders and rolling all the way up. Taking a few breaths in and out, and noticing how it feels to be grounded into your body. And then we'll take our legs open into a straddle, relaxing your toes and adding props under your hips as needed so the lower back doesn't round. And we'll turn over towards the left, relaxing shoulders, relaxing the muscles through your legs. And we're folding forward over our thigh. You can add some props now to the inner leg line. Again, supporting your forehead as you relax here. And if you'd like, you can take the prop away and let the whole body hang towards the inner leg line or directly over the thigh. Taking your last full breath here, and then slowly rolling all the way up. And bringing your chest back through center, taking a few breaths in and out. And then we'll cross our right shin bone in front of our left. Shifting your hips back slightly and again rooting back through the hips as you hinge forward from the hip crease, adding support for your head to start. And as you fold forward, feeling into the length along the lower back. And then as you come to that stopping point, then melting forward. Letting go of any effort or any striving. And notice if you can pull back a little bit from that habit and come back into just being. As an option, you can take away your prop and let the whole head hang forward into the pull of gravity. And taking a few more breaths and beginning to roll up from the base of the body. from the grounding through the base of the body all the way up along the spine. And as you come up, you can take a few breaths and then bring your legs back into straddle. And we'll shift over to the right side now. So you can add some props to the inner leg line and then fold either directly over the thigh or a little bit towards the inner leg line. Resting the arms to either side of the leg. You can take away a prop if that feels good for your body for the last little bit here. And breath by breath, rolling all the way up and coming back through center. You can wiggle your toes a little bit. And then we'll bend our knees and slide the soles of our feet together. You might add a prop in front of your toes or even between your feet, adding support for your knees if you need, and then taking a few breaths here. First, grounding down into your body, and then beginning to fold forward. And as you fold forward, letting your body stop at a natural stopping point and supporting your forehead once you arrive at that natural stopping point. And feeling the whole back body beginning to open up. And you can take away your prop if you'd like for the last minute. Noticing how much you can really surrender into stillness for this last minute. Feeling your breath expand and open through the back body. And with each exhalation, grounding down into the earth. And breath by breath, rolling all the way back up, stacking shoulders over hips and head over pelvis. And we'll take a few breaths here. And you can clear off your mat, and we'll be moving to hands and knees. From hands and knees, we'll move our spine a little bit through cat-cow pose. So let's take a breath here and tilt the pelvis, arcing the heart forward, taking a big breath into your chest, and then exhaling to round back, pressing the back of the heart up towards the sky. Inhaling to draw forward. Exhaling to round back. And one more time, inhaling to draw forward. And exhaling back. And we'll come back to a neutral spine and then walk your palms a couple of inches forward, turning the palms towards the corners of the mat. And we'll take a breath, shifting the pelvis forward, and we'll lower down into seal pose. And as you lower down into seal pose, if this feels too much for your lower back, you can always come down to Sphinx pose as a modification. So you can come down to your forearms, bending at your elbows. And you can play with where you're placing the elbows. So you might be drawing the arms further forward, away from the body, for less compression in the lower back. Or you can bring them back underneath your shoulders, or coming back to seal pose by lengthening the arm bones. And we'll take our last full breath. If you're in seal pose, you can lower to your forearms. And then we'll widen the elbows open, stacking palms on top of palms. And forehead resting on your palms. Taking a few more deep breaths into your lower back. And then you can thread one arm underneath you and just flip over onto your back. As you come onto your back, hug both knees to your chest, squeezing the thighs close. Rocking a little bit from side to side. And then coming back through center, and we'll exhale to round the spine, bringing our forehead to our knees. And then lower all the way back down. And we'll keep our knees hugging towards the chest. And we'll take our right knee and we'll cross it over the left. And then both knees drop to the left. So right knee on top of left, and then both knees over to the left side, coming into Tangled Roots Twist. And it's nice to add some props underneath the floating knees. Opening up across the chest, softening the right shoulder, and bringing the right palm open in line with the shoulder. If this is too intense for your lower back, unbind your legs and find a two-knee twist instead, stacking knee on top of knee. You might notice that your breath is naturally beginning to widen and expand through the chest. As the nervous system responds to this stillness. To the sensation of just being allowed to be in yourself. You can unwind your legs. Bring both knees back through center and squeeze the thighs close to the abdomen. And then we'll switch sides. We'll cross our left knee over the right, both knees to the right side. Rotating through the mid-spine and opening across the chest, down through the left shoulder and into the palm and the fingertips. And feeling and sensing in your body the sensation of relaxing back into being, of letting go. Letting go of striving. Letting go of achieving, performing, earning. And noticing what it feels like to simply rest back into your authentic nature, free of any roles or expectations. Deep and full breath into the center of your chest. And as you exhale, you can unwind and come back to center, taking any movements through your body that feels natural before we move into our final relaxation. You can extend your legs forward, your arms alongside your body, wrapping each shoulder underneath you. And closing your eyes, letting the space between the eyebrows relax and open. Throat soft. The center of your chest relaxed, and feeling that opening all the way down through your shoulders, your arms, into your palms and fingertips. Letting the hips sink down and relaxing down through the legs, into the soles of your feet and the tips of your toes. And taking as much time as you need here in Shavasana, letting your body naturally reawaken. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Having a wonderful evening. For more yoga practices like these, please like this video, comment below, and share this video with a friend. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.